I would like, if this is the first time coming to the channel, you subscribe to the channel so that we can grow the channel. Also, if you have been here before, I would love if you like and share. Like and share so that we'll be able to grow. It is very important for us to like and to share so that the KOJ project can continue. You know, I would like to speak a little about some of the things that I see that is going on in the world today. There's so many countries that lacking so many opportunities, while so many have everything at their disposal. And the world kind of set up very unfair. I don't know if it's by design or who is to be blamed or why, but something got to change to the way that things is going on. Because you can't have so many people that some people would call them the undesirable. And there's no undesirable human being. You know, I don't believe. I believe that we all should get opportunity to grow and to excel, you know, to bring out the best of our abilities that within us, you know, get the proper training, the proper schooling. And when a person living condition, I think, is up to par. Very few people, if they have a decent job that give them a decent wage that they can take care of their self, or if they have a family to take care of their family. You know, some people is really greedy, and no matter what you do, some people will never be satisfied, whether with a little or with much. Some people just don't know how to satisfy. Some people put greed beyond it's what you would call greed. I don't even know what word to use to describe. But on the other hand, we got to look at, you know, what's going on across the globe. And I know to some people it may not sound too sweet, but I'm looking at people of my ethnicity, black people across the globe, and the way things has been structured against people of our ethnicity. You know, it's really unfair when you check out certain things. Why are all the Caribbean, you know, the Caribbean countries, the countries that the black people are, you know, it's not doing too well, or not doing good. You know, I remember when China was like down on its face, and China pulled themselves up. Also India was down, India pulled themselves up. So I wonder what will it take for us as African people across the globe. And when I said African people, I know many people of my complexion, you know, they don't want to be classified as Africans, but that's where we originate from, you know. So I wasn't born in Africa, but I consider myself as an African because why? That's where I originate from. And the people of that continent, you know, look like me. When I go there, I can't tell the difference, you know. You know, people come up to me and talk to me and think I'm going to answer them in their language. And, you know, hey, I only know English because I wasn't born on the continent and I wasn't schooled in the language of I only know one language. So no matter where I go in the world, I only going to speak one language. So I look at things like that and to see, and I do a little digging into like the World Bank, the IMF, because I want to understand. I would like to understand the way things are and why is it the way that it is, and I see the unfairness of things that the world set up. I remember as a boy in South Africa, I can remember the harsh treatment of the Africans, and wherever the Africans go, you know, we people believe that hey, they are slaves because they write it in their books that we are 1/5 of a person. You know, they still don't believe. Many today don't believe that we are human beings and that we should get proper sanitation, proper education, you know, proper housing, and the place that we live should also be third world, last world, or no world. You know, a lot of people believe in that sort of philosophy. But wherever Africans go, or people of my ethnicity go, people with color skin like myself would go, we always try to excel. You know what I mean? We always try to do the good. Yes, you got some that no matter what the situation is or the condition that they find themselves in, they will try their utmost best to be at their worst. But it's not all of us is like that. Some of us want to excel, some of us want to see others excel, and to live in a dignified manner, in a decent manner. You know, I believe it's supposed to do something to our psyche when we have to run away from the country of our birth, run away from Africa to another country. You know, to some people go through dangerous situation to get to the United States or to get to England or to Canada or to Australia. People would do most despicable things, but only when they get there to realize that it's not always a bed of roses, because some people paint a picture as if there is always a bed of roses. Yes, I don't say that they don't make it a little bit easy, but you have a lot of things to contend with when you get to these places. When you're in a foreign country, and sometimes no matter what the skills are, I've met people that in their country they are doctors, and they come to America to a nurse's aide. In their country they were a doctor. People that in their country they were a doctor and they become nurse. People in high position and thing just to get here to survive. You know, in various different profession and people that come from all over the globe who come to America and put up with a lot of things. Some people meet horrendous treatment, bad ass treatment to come here. Some people have to do things that they would have never done in their country just to survive when they get here. So it's not always a bed of roses. I'm not saying that things don't sometimes work out a little bit easier for people that live in here in America. I live in America. But it's not all the time. It's not all the time. And it's gosh. We see so many wars going on in the world right now that they spend billions of dollars, not millions, but billions. They have to spend trillions of dollars on war just to fight war. And I believe that the same way that they fight war, they could have negotiate and spend some of that money, and human beings spending money to kill people all over the world. I don't understand how people love to watch other people die. I seen a trend now that people is also doing on social media, like sending pictures of people getting murdered. If you have any video or picture of people getting murdered, don't send it to me. I don't like to watch people being killed and being slaughtered. I don't watch those videos. Once those videos come to me and I realize what it is, I deleted it. Because human beings should know how to treat human beings with respect and with dignity. It doesn't matter who's doing the atrocity, who's doing the murder, who's doing the killing. Because people believe that you have to murder people, you have to kill people. Why some of these trillions and billions of dollars cannot be spent to educate and make hospitals and schools and better people living? Why people spend money and people would advocate for people to get money to go and to slaughter and to kill people? We as a nation, as a people, we are the survivors. We come through great tribulation. Black people come through great tribulation. And knowing the history of my ancestors, I cannot with a good heart support any kind of war or slaughtering of human being. It's not in me. Because we have been whipped, beat, branded, put into places for us to survive. Coming from Africa to ship all over the world through harsh, brutal, inhumane treatment. Just the other day, the people of South Africa was classified as animals. There was a human being. Nelson Mandela, that we all bigging up and saying that, to me, is one of the greatest leaders. I admire that man. Remember, he was classified as an animal. He wasn't classified as a human being. That's why he could spend 27 years in prison for being a black man. Martin Luther King come back with, they gave Martin Luther King holiday. He wasn't classified as a human being. It's just the other day them recognize that we are human beings. And some still don't even recognize it, that we are human beings. So in all good conscience, I am one that cannot and will not ever find myself say it is time to go kill people and slaughter people and war is a good thing. War is never a good thing. War can be negotiated. It can be negotiated and bring peace. You can, instead of going out and said, all right, I'm going to kill this person, I got to murder this person. Why not negotiate and say, listen, I'm going to meet you halfway, quarter of the way, or a little bit of the way. Give you a little bit of what you want. But instead of we said, all right, it's to treat a person fair. Whenever time a person asks for fairness, remember, our hands was chopped off. We were branded. Women was cut to see what kind of baby them have inside of them. Our private parts was cut off. Because people did not see us as human beings. Then if a man that did not see me as a human being and see me as a desirable, how can I eat with a good conscience? Come on, people, especially people that say that they go to church. Remember what Jesus said. Jesus said, the thief cometh to kill and to destroy, but I come that you may have life and have it more abundantly. So once people is out to go out there and slaughter, I don't care who it be, whether it's ISIS, you name it, whatever group they want to call themselves, whatever killing machine they want to call themselves. It don't matter who, which country, which ethnicity. Too much war. And you have people, instead of said, it's time for the war, they say, oh, it's got to be this way because the Bible says it's got to be this way. That because the Bible say somebody got to die. You want to die, right? No. We have to realize that human beings should be treated with respect across the board. Some of that billions and trillions that's been spent on war machine and killing machine, why can't we build schools and roads and bridge and educate and feed people? Because a hungry person, when you are hungry, you will become hungry. And if a man starve you, and then when you become angry, him say you're arrogant. You should not be arrogant because you're starving. What sense does that make? You should not eat. Arrogant people must not eat. Arrogant people must not get proper facilities to sleep, to relieve themselves, to eat. Because you got a sector who think that other human beings are animals. And because you're animals, you should just go out and kill them. In America, you cannot just go out and kill a dog. You cannot go out and beat a dog. You cannot see even a dog crossing the street and run over it. So how comes animals get better treatment than human beings? I cannot understand what is going on. I cannot understand. I don't understand it. Maybe it's over my head. Maybe I was brought up with a grandmother who loved peace and can just bring calm to any situation. And I see this woman without no education could just bring peace. If there's a family in the community that is at war, she can go there and bring peace. If there's family member amongst family member that are having war, she can go there and bring peace. So what about these so-called educated fools who cannot bring peace? They don't know how to bring peace. And then expect people to follow behind. When everyone say go kill, everybody must say yeah. And if you say no, don't kill, then the people think that you're strange or you're weird. Because you're not agreeing with war and the killing. It's time. Especially people that you were not classified as human being. People see you as animal, treat you like animal, treat you like animal. Know yourself. Know yourself. Because if you don't know yourself, you'll be easily led away and stray. Come on. Come on. How many billion, trillions, I should say, spent in Afghanistan and then return over Afghanistan to the same people that you said was wrong? After killing, war, destruction, go out. Then the same people get back the place. What sense that make? What sense does it make? Let us learn how to negotiate for peace. Especially you people who call yourselves church people and godly people and so. Why don't you advocate for peace? And said it's time for us to have peace in the world. And time for, we want to see people have proper drinking water, proper accommodation, proper living quarters. Why we don't advocate for things like these? The money can be spent for the betterment of humanity rather than spending money for the destruction of mankind. What sense does it make? So many people that should be speaking for righteousness, full up them tail and full up them face and cannot even come because they're afraid that somebody is going to say, oh, he's speaking the truth. You can't have him speak the truth. You mean him over there with all his influence speaking the truth? Come on. Well, this is my little venting, and this is my little thing that I have to say, because I hope, somebody can sit back and see themselves and realize and say, oh my God, I can't let somebody tell me how to think. I have to think what is right. I have to think what is right. You think if I'm growing up my children and I don't feed them, I starve them and they go someplace and they go steal something or steal from me, then I go say, oh my God, and I'm going to get that. No, because I should have feed them. You understand? Treat people right. Peter Todd said, treat the youth right. Else you'll be sitting on a bank. Treat the youth right. Treat people with respect. And the average man, when you go out there, it's just time now for us to respect each other. When you go out there, man, just respect each other. Just show a little bit of love, a little bit of respect. You don't have to give nobody nothing. But just be courteous. Just be nice. Soft answer, turn it away wrath. A grievous word, gonna stir up anger. Figure out how to be nice to people. It is time for us to make a change in the world. Make a change in the world. Make a change in the world. The demand of leaders across the globe, the Caribbean, Africa, America, Canada, England, Australia, New Zealand, countries, you name them, many, Ukraine, Russia, you name them, wherever it may be, Afghanistan, all over the globe. It is time for the ordinary man, the citizen, to demand of your leaders common sense. Common sense. And if you don't have no common sense, you should not be in that position. If there's only war is on your mind, you should not be in that position. Because the same way you make the war, you can make peace. You can find a way out to make peace and make people feel as if you're a human being. But once you start to think that the others, with the other type of skin, the other type of ear, the other type of eyes, the other type of nose, they are animal, then you will treat people as such. As long as you can say, me not up on the Chinaman side, me not up on the white man side, me not up on the black man side, me not up on God's side. What God would want me to do in this situation. So if I'm going to take side, I'm taking God's side. Who want to be mad when I take God's side? Mad. But I'm taking God's side. Treat people with respect. You cannot say it is wrong to brutalize animals. But it's okay to watch the brutal treatment of mankind. Peace out. One love. One God, me say.